friend, if that man talks about being an alpha male, run. Through education and experience, I've learned that the whole alpha male thing literally does not exist, and it's been disproven. And trying to compare yourself to animals is just so strange, especially when you're like speaking on human relationships and dynamics and partnerships. It just shows misinformation, miseducation, and an enslavement to misogyny and the patriarchy, and wanting to uphold those things and having a submissive partner to submit to you. I just think it's just so strange and really weird and cringy. And it's a big red flag whenever I see a guy having his bio or his whole aura be about how alpha he is. It's just so strange. And it's also like one of those things where it shouldn't have to be spoken. It should just be, you should just exist in the way that you are, and things flow in that way, like nature. But that's just me.
So you telling me as a female, you gonna say bless you to another man that sneezed?
That counts as a body, bro.
That's a body.
That's
a body. I don't make the rules. That's literally a body. My last ex was crazy, bro. She couldn't stand when I was cheating on her with other females. Like,
see, brother, you cheated, but she was the one that broke y'all up because she wasn't following her womanly duties. Like,
you don't want to wake that up.
We gotta
don't wake that up now. Don't wake that up. Nah, because you gonna make a man with that one. But how is it gaslighting when there's no gas to light?
They didn't want to hear that though.
I'm saying it's hard to find a good woman, bro. Like, they don't even want to get cheated on no more. Like,
right? Like, who told them to love themselves now? Like, what's
exactly? Like, where is this self-worth coming from? Like, I don't like that for real. I need me a woman that cooks, that cleans, that loves me unconditionally, no matter how many times I cheat on her, and a woman that treats me like a king. That's all I ask.
You literally just described your mama, bro. Like,
nah, I'm taking my shorty swimming on the first date. As a female, how you got a 401k, a nice house, and a nice car, and I don't?
Right.
To me, that's an undesirable woman.
Right, like, who want that, bro?
You know why? Because they're harder to manipulate. That's undesirable.
Yes.
Nah, I don't care if it's 100 degrees outside. If you my shorty, you wearing a turtleneck.
Hi, my name is Tanya. I'm 27 from Atlanta. My first question is, I've been in a 9-year situationship with this dude. Why won't he make it official with me?
Well, shorty, you got to consider the fact that he might have gotten cheated on when he was a teenager. He can't trust people right now. He's really been hurt before.
But he's 31 and got cheated on when he was 14. And it was literally just his girlfriend playing freeze tag with another dude. Like, I don't understand why.
See, this is why he won't claim you, shorty, because you being ungrateful right now.
What? Hi, She Risers. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into the videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me. And also, check out my other videos. All right, so today's video is about these so-called alpha males, right? The whole mindset that men have to be tough, dominant, in control, and never show any emotion. Yeah, them. Those men. So now let's check out these videos, and afterwards I'll give my commentary.
Are alpha males promoting toxic masculinity? So this is a really interesting question, because I think the idea of encouraging our current generation of men to embrace their strength, power, and confidence is great if done properly. And so the issue I have with this alpha male movement is that the entire concept of being alpha is to be the best, the king, the apex. And so this means having no competition. And yet, due to social media, greed, lust, temptation, we now have hundreds of thousands of men competing over who has no competition, which I just find ironic. Personally, I say be yourself, do what you want, and the only labels you should be chasing are husband, father, and a good man.
Talk about toxic masculinity for a minute. Usually a man who is toxic, a man who is alpha, is nothing but a man who is insecure and refused to do healing work that he needs to do from his childhood or past relationships. That man is overcompensating for what he truly feels on the inside, because that man refuses to feel his emotions. He's too scared to actually do the deep dive that he needs to do to heal. So he creates this persona of this alpha, be it muscles, money, whatever it is. He creates this persona to make him feel better. That man is a ticking time bomb. I used to be that man. I used to be a ticking time bomb because I wanted the world to know that I was an alpha, that I was the man. I was big and strong, and I made money, and I was always in control. Truth was, I was never in control, because I did not have control of my emotions. I did not have control of who I was as a man. So when we talk about toxic masculinity, instead of hating these men, we need to have understanding and compassion because they are some of the most damaged men on the planet. Because a man who can actually share his emotions and feel his emotions is on the right track to true masculinity. True masculinity is being able to open up, to share, to actually get things off your chest in a balanced manner, and to actually look at yourself in the mirror and go, I'm going to be my most authentic self. I'm going to show the world who I truly am, and I'm not going to show the world this persona of what I want them to see. I'm going to show them the real me. That's true masculinity. So for all the men that want to share toxic comments on my post, go ahead. I'm not mad at you. I actually have compassion and understanding for you because I used to be right where you are.
I'll never take a female out to a nice dinner on the first date. I need to make sure she's not using me for my money. If I take that bitch to Applebee's the first time we meet, she's gonna expect Applebee's all the time. I'm never gonna get married because I'm not about to get divorced and have to give half my money away. I don't trust any of these bitches. I know when they look at me, all they're seeing is dollar signs. They're all a bunch of gold diggers. They expect so much to take me out to dinner for our anniversary. Fuck no, I'll get you some McDonald's. What, is that not enough? Do you need me to spend more money on you to show you that I care?
If you're the alpha, you don't have to announce you're the alpha. Right. You just show up as the alpha. Yeah, yeah. And the alpha, by the way, in every tribe, from animals to humans, is usually the person who's most quiet. He's observing. He's looking to protect. Yeah. He's looking to serve. Yeah. He's looking to provide. It's a big responsibility to be alpha.
No. This whole alpha-beta dichotomy, that's what's ridiculous. Yes, people are attracted to people who are self-confident, determined, motivated, decisive. Absolutely. And those are the things that alphas pretend to be. But in reality, they're just so insecure that they believe that the only way for them to value themselves is if they're able to prove in some way that they're better than someone else. People who are truly self-confident and have a good self-esteem just don't care. They don't care where they fall on some weird sociosexual hierarchy. If a person sees their partnership as some weird kind of competition that they need to win, then that means they expect the other person to lose. Because you can't prove that you're dominant without dominating someone. These men see themselves as leaders, and they think that leadership means that you control the people around you. They also believe that there can be only one leader in a group. It's scary because it can be the ultimate bait and switch, where you think you are entering into a relationship with someone who is self-confident, who has a high self-esteem, who knows what they want. And then after you get into this relationship, you realize they were just trying to achieve you, and they don't actually care about you. They don't actually see you as an equal partner. They see you as an object to use. The longer the relationship goes on, the more toxic it gets. They see your friends as competition. So they don't want you to have friends. So they don't have that competition. They see their own children as competition. If having an equal partnership with my spouse, where we make all of the decisions together, we do everything together, we parent together, if that makes me a beta, then being a beta seems pretty sweet.
I'm going to be straight up. Men should be allowed to cheat, but women should not even have the authority to leave the house.
Yeah, I like that.
Could you elaborate, please? Of course. Now, am I going to eat the same dinner that I ate yesterday for the rest of my life?
Nah, bro, nah.
I don't know. Probably not. Exactly. So why would I want to be pleasured by the same woman for the rest of my life? It's the same thing. Yeah, but if that happens, then why can't we cheat on men? Because we're superior. So therefore, you're not allowed to. Because we said so. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? That point made no sense. All right, we're over. Podcast ended. Get this idiot out of my studio.
being an alpha male is a demeanor. It's how a man stands. There are some men, because the argument was for side man that, oh, because I pay my bills, because I look after my family, that makes me an alpha male. No, it doesn't. It does not make it alpha male. There's some broke ass men. There are some poverty pools that are out there, and they exert alpha male energy. So it's a thing where it's not about what you do as a man. For me, like when I'm looking at guys, it's not about what you do, because respect to the men that look after their families, respect to the men that, even some CEOs don't exert alpha male energy.
The alpha male. What is the alpha male? Hold on, King. I got it. Let me explain. So, traditionally, an alpha male is described as a confident, assertive person who leads and commands respect, right? He is often seen as the one who takes charge and ensures the well-being of those around him. That is a definition of an alpha male. However, the stereotypes about alpha males can be misleading. Many of the portrayals of alpha men are aggressive, domineering, and emotionally detached, and that's just not true, right? We know that true alpha men don't impose their will. They don't just impose their will, but they earn respect by making thoughtful decisions and by showing integrity. This leadership is often about collaboration more so than brute force and making somebody do what they want them to do. An alpha male works alongside others to make sure that what's happening around them is successful, right? And this leadership often involves sharing responsibilities and valuing the contributions of everyone in the group, not just taking charge for the sake of dominance. That's just not true. Contrary to stereotypes about emotionless alpha males, many successful leaders actually demonstrate emotional intelligence and empathy. They understand the importance of nurturing relationships and providing support to others. These are myths about alpha men always being dominant and aggressive. That's not true. You don't have to choke somebody out. You don't have to force somebody to do what you want them to do to be an alpha male. A true alpha male and true alpha behavior involves emotional intelligence, empathy, and the ability to work well within a group. Alpha males don't need support is another myth. That's not true. The strongest leaders benefit from the support and collaboration of others. You need community to be successful. Another stereotype about alpha men is that they are invulnerable. Bullshit. That's not true. They face challenges and vulnerabilities just like everyone else. Strength is really just about knowing when to show vulnerability and knowing when to show help, not just winning battles. That's not what alpha men are about. I think there are toxic stereotypes about alpha men that come from men and women. The expectations of alpha men are unrealistic and they're unhealthy. These things are just not true. Understand what a true alpha man is. If you understand what they are, you can appreciate one.
Yeah, a lot of these men think that that's how a real man is supposed to act. But that's not strength. That's straight up being toxic. First off, the idea that a man's worth is based on how much he can control or dominate, no. That's insecurity in disguise. These alpha males out here think being in control means respect, but what it really does is push people away in relationships. It's about partnership, love, and mutual respect. But when these alpha males are taught to value dominance, miss out on the most important part of a relationship, which is the emotional connection. And in a real relationship, you need to be vulnerable. You can't build anything strong with someone who's too scared or just don't want to open up with you. The alpha mindset also creates this idea that women should be submissive or fall in line, and that's dangerous. This is how respect for women gets lost, because instead of seeing us as equals, they see us as something to control. In this alpha male culture, too many men are taught to see emotions as weakness, so they never learn how to love fully because they're too busy guarding their egos. So don't settle for that. You deserve a man who can be open, who can meet you with respect and love, not someone who's caught up in toxic power games. All right, that's the end for today, She Risers. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.